Hello, team. I'm gonna come out and say it. I hate Plague. I hate her so much. I acknowledge her potential strength. You can damage people really quickly with Vile Purge, then if you get Corrupt Purge, your snowball potential becomes insane. Most people rank her around or above most basic attack killers. Personally, I think she's the worst killer in the game, with the worst power in the game. This is because with the way dedicated servers work at the moment, her purge moves so slowly, like so slowly that half the time survivors can just sidestep it if they're paying attention. Not to mention any and all line of sight issues that thwart your spray. It's terrible. I hate it. But then I realized, there's a perk in the game that allows basic attack killers to just become better. Save the best for last. In my mind, Save the Best for Last is a perk that gives you a really good reason to ignore your power as any killer when you use it. This is why I don't use it on my Blight build, because while it's probably a really great perk on him, it makes you want to ignore his rush. And I really like his rush. I don't like Plague's Purge, so I decided to try this perk on our lovely Vommy Mommy. And boy, the results are unexpected. So here's the build. Save the best for last, obviously. Pop goes the Weasel. In my tests without slowdown, the build took a little too long to come online. Play with your food. The reason you want this will become clear very soon. And barbecue and chili. I just really like blood points. Honestly, you could probably replace this with whatever you want. Corrupt, Haunted Grounds, Discordance, Enduring, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's a pretty unorthodox build, but it works. Just gotta play it right. Let's get into that. So the way you use play with your food in this build is find your obsession as fast as possible and just keep track of them. Get them sick, like so, and just look away. Watch them leave. It's fine. You get a stack of speed. Sometimes, if you're very lucky, you might even get some cheeky chases started, like this one. Or this one, where he thought I was going to chase him, but I really just got a pallet. And a stack. Or even this one, when he goes to a strong part of the map, but I just don't care. I'm using him for his body. But never forget, that obsession still needs to go down. He's worth that one singular fourth stack of barbecue for that sweet, sweet extra pile of blood points. What you'll want to do when you start the game is what any plague will do, is start spraying your Vile Purge all over any generator in the radius. I use a add-on that actually lowers the cooldown of the purge after you puke. This is because if I'm just using my purge for just these tiny little sprays, I want to be able to get moving as soon as possible. If you don't use any add-ons or even not the add-ons for the cooldown, you're not going to get this effect. You're going to get that slowdown, and with so many smaller purges, it really adds up. Downing your obsession first will actually get you pretty far in progressing through the game. I mean, you get that barbecue stack first, you don't have to worry about anybody Kobeing later, and they're already sick. Now, of course, you have to decide between just dropping the chase or not if you can't find anybody, but yeah, I mean, if you hook your obsession first, it's really not the end of the world. I would still take a down over nothing. Now, of course, if you can get a cheeky puke on somebody as they're going through a window where you know you're not going to be able to hit them with the mouse one, feel free to do that. Basic attacks require physical range, so if you can puke on them early, which means you don't have to puke on them on the hook or on the ground before you pick up, it will save you a little bit of time. If presented with the opportunity, you should definitely drink your corruption in order to snowball like a regular plague would, especially if that includes finding and puking on your obsession with as many Twizzlers as possible. Don't forget that this build doesn't preclude you from using your vomit, it just weighs heavily against it. At times, you might even find yourself with 8 stacks of save the best for last and the obsession on hook. Wow, how fortuitous. Now you're a killer with the ability to spray projectiles that damage, as well as use your basic attack in order to hurt people really fast with low cooldown. It's kind of insane. You don't really have to play a specific way like the Plague demands it. You can pretty much play whatever you want with this build. And inevitably, you're going to find yourself gaining your power randomly because all the pools got used. So if you ever find this happening, count it as a blessing more than a curse, I would say. Since, I mean, you're not going to go across the map to get those pools anyway, so if they just give them to you, what's wrong with that? So that's how you play the build. It's a little advanced, and it might take a little bit of getting used to by, not using your god-awful power, but I think with a little finesse and paying attention to who's the obsession, and maybe keeping track of them a little bit more than you're used to, this build can actually really come together. I'm thinking about trying it out on a couple of other killers, maybe some like, I don't know, Legion, or maybe even Bubba, I don't know. But yeah, I think it's actually pretty decent. Thanks for watching. This probably won't be some meta-changing video, but I thought it was a neat alternative style of playing a killer that I absolutely despise, so do with that what you will. Please sub for more and like the video if you like or dislike. I don't mind. Have a good one, everyone. See you in the next one.